What up, everybody? Back again with another episode of Run That Back. It's your host, plural, Oni, and of course,
Chucky right here. Welcome back, guys.
welcome back. So, looking back at UFC 286, quick recap. Quite an interesting night, wouldn't you say, Chucky?
Yes. Yes. I would
Man.
say I didn't hit anything when it comes to my prediction. I don't think.
Uh, for that event, really? I thought you hit one.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I
pretty
pick
cool.
Roman. I pick O'Neal. I pick Brian. I pick Physique. I pick
Oh
Uzman.
shit!
So I
Oh,
was like,
oh
oh.
shit! Oh shit!
I was like, I even remember what I picked. It's all the
Oh,
people that lost, yo.
okay, so let's see. I picked Roman, so I was down on that. I picked O'Neal too, so I lost on that. I picked Gunnar Nelson, so I won on that.
Yeah, I remember
Justin, so
that.
I won on that, and then Usman, I lost on that. So I got 2 out of 5.
I got zero.
Ooh. So you me from last time, eh?
Yo, after that Jones fight, they're like, yeah, no more, yo.
Holy crap!
Like I didn't
Yeah.
put no money in this fight, yo. Jeez.
Seriously. Oh my goodness. Especially that main event. Fuck.
Yeah, man, the
Oh.
gambling gun was not on my side if I bet on that day.
No, sir. Not at all. But yeah, we're just gonna do a quick recap of 286. Yeah, great event. Really
Yeah.
good event. A little bit earlier than I usually watch UFC, but I'm glad I was able to still catch it. Oh man. But yeah, so the first fight, Marvin versus Roman, with Marvin coming out in a decision after 3 rounds. That was an all right fight. Um, Personally, I thought I would have saw Roman try for some takedowns. After the stand up kind of wasn't going in his favor, like he was still walking him down, but he was eating more punches than he was giving. I felt like.
Yeah, like he turned into one of those fighters in this fight that he can't adjust mid fight.
Yes, I agree. I
You know,
agree.
like once he was in there, he was losing. He just keep doing what he was doing. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna win like that.
Marching forward and headhunting, because if I recall, it was a lot of hooks to the head specifically. Very little body shots, no takedowns.
Yeah.
Wasn't really expecting that, but hey, Marvin played his game perfectly. He
Yeah.
backed up, countered, slipped off to I think it was the left when Roman got in too close.
Yeah, he played this game well.
It
That's for
was a good
sure.
performance, yeah, solid performance. And I know, but I think before I'm like, yo, Marvin didn't really have power, and I was still kind of stand by that, but he was landing like well in that fight.
Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah. It just Woman was just like a target when it got to a certain point, you know?
Yeah, he just tried to tank it, just walk forward, stalk him down. And while I say, yeah, he had the octagon control, he wasn't really dealing the damage. He wasn't
No.
really landing heavily. No big plays. So, pretty self-explanatory decision right there, I think.
Yeah, it was a good win for Marvin, I
Yeah,
would say.
solid win, solid win. So did anything change for Marvin because of that win? Mm, yeah, he went up, so he's rank 3 now. So hey, good for him.
Yeah, good for him on that. Yeah, definitely.
That's okay, okay. So yeah, puts him in the win, another win in the column for him. So that's great. All right, moving on to this was interesting. The women's flyweight fight. Uh, Jennifer Maya versus Casey O'Neill.
Yeah, yo, I watched that whole fight. Man, it was somewhat disappointing to watch
Mm,
because the whole way O'Neal was just like after the first round, okay, when what's that girl's name?
Maya.
When
Yeah,
Jennifer Maya was pretty much dominating her on the ground. Not sorry, on
and stand up.
standing
Yeah,
up. O'Neal didn't even change her game in the second round or the third round. She came out the same way, just walking her down.
yeah,
And Jennifer was just like, oh, okay, bam, bam, okay, bam, bam, okay, bam, bam, and just keep catching her with that 1-2, 1-2. And I'm like, yo,
yeah.
switch your game up, girl. Like,
Keep.
look at your record, like 9-0, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I know I was hearing the commentator say something about Casey O'Neill coming back from like a bit of a layoff. There was like some surgery involved or something. Like she went through some stuff. Um, so I was like, oh, that might have played a part in the performance there. But hey, if even so, she just kept plodding forward. She was acting like Roman in Roman's fight versus Marvin.
Yeah,
She just kept
yeah,
coming forward. There was one time I think she attempted to grapple. That didn't really go well. So then it just
and
went
then
back
that's
to
it.
went back to I'm trying to throw hands with you. And mind you, she didn't have bad accuracy, but Maya was just in her boxing flow that fight.
Yeah, man.
Like
Yo,
she
her
was all
1-2
over.
combo was lighting her up.
Yep. She was unleashing her inner Max Holloway, just letting that shit flow out and just tap you twice.
Yep, and those are solid hit too. It wasn't
Yeah,
just like I'm just
those are not
tapping you for
points.
point.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. No.
like you feeling these tap.
Yep. Yep. Like I honestly thought I looked at the records, which is usually a good indicator. Um, but then like the last couple fights for each really made me go, oh, okay, Casey should have this. But hey, Jennifer Maya pulled out a veteran move and just
Yep,
lit her up
that's what I was thinking
everywhere
the whole
standing.
time, man. She's just being a veteran, right
Yeah,
there.
in and out, in and out. Didn't stick in the pocket longer than she had to. Got out, landed some crisp shots on the exit, on the approach. Even just while they're there both gauging, she was kind of the one to go first. Um, she still caught some stuff, trying to go in and still in exiting the pocket, but hey, at the end of the day, she pieced that girl up and took home the win. So congratulations, Jennifer Maya. That was a fantastic performance.
Yeah, well, O'Neal, it's a good learning lesson right there, man.
Yeah, yeah. Lost your undefeated streak, but hopefully learned a definitely like a hopefully learned a valuable lesson in terms of striking. Like obviously everyone has their own striking style and their own way of doing things in the cage, but when it comes to adjustments, you should have something in your back pocket as a fighter to switch to,
Yeah,
especially if someone's lighting you up like that on the feet for pretty much all 3 rounds, right?
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
I haven't rewatched it, but from what I recall, like she was getting lit up at all times, just about. She would slip her own sneaky shots through. She has some nice boxing herself. It's technical, but it didn't come out enough. And Maya was just evasive and accurate that whole night. So
Yeah, that was a good win for her. I just hope,
yep.
I just hope O'Neal's coach come like do better next time. Because
Mm,
how you gonna let your fighter go back out there in the third round doing the same thing that she did
yeah,
in the first 2 rounds? I
yeah,
give you that on the first, like on the second round, I'll give it to you. You know what I mean? You just trying to still figure out what's going on. Sure. She was trying to implement your game plan that you guys had. Sure. In the third round, dude, she's getting her ass beat for the first 2 rounds the same way,
yep.
and she was still walking her down. And I'm like, yo, you're getting beat. What is your coach gonna do? Nothing. And I was so cheesed, not just because I picked her. It's just like, yo, like you're not doing your fighter a good service when you're not giving her the good information that she needs to win a fight.
Truth. I'd have to go back and watch it back. But is it the coach wasn't giving them good advice, or she wasn't listening to it? She was just, I'm just doing my thing.
Ah, man, I don't know. I might need to rewatch that, but from my memory, I don't remember the coach telling her anything that was useful.
Uh, okay, okay. So that's when we both got to go back and watch back just to see. how Casey O'Neal's corner was handling that because yeah, like you said, there was no adjustments in the third round, and if your first two rounds look like your last round and you're losing, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something very wrong.
Yep. And I look at the coach too. I'm like, Coach, what are you doing?
Yep,
You're
yep,
not getting paid to stand there.
yeah. Provide some value to your fighter, man. Like they look to you at that time to give direction,
Give
especially if they're going into the
proper
last round
direction
losing.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's when we have to go back and watch. But again, congratulations to Jennifer Maya. That was it was a, kind of like a boxing clinic, I would say.
Yeah,
It
for a
was pretty,
veteran, that showed that she
yeah,
still got it.
it was pretty impressive, pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was. I would say she did a dominant her.
Yeah,
That was a dominant fight for
that
her
was a
right
dominant
there.
performance, 1000%. Yeah, I agree. All right, uh, moving into welterweight. This was cool. This was an interesting one. Gunnar Nelson versus Brian Barberina, welterweight.
Yep. That, yeah, this one is quite uh fast because it
Yeah,
was like a sub in like the first round, right?
first
But even
round near the end. Yeah.
yeah, and even before Gunnar got the finish, just throughout the fight, I was like, I feel like Gunnar got this because he was kind of more dominant up until that point when he submitted him.
Yeah, when they were just standing, kind of feeling out, and then he drove in and had him against the cage. I was like, oh, okay.
Gunnar is serious.
Yeah, like he's not messing around here. Dragged him down, and then he just started working on him. I think that was around like I feel like in like the second minute or so, and then he just had him down there for
Yeah,
the rest of the round, I believe. Like,
yeah,
right? Yeah, and then he just pulled out that submission win.
it was a good win for him, man. I was like, damn, Gunnar, why you gonna make me lose like that?
Yeah, it was slick. It was slick. I'm trying to recall what he sunk in. What was it? It was a armbar, right? Oh, it was an armbar. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was a slick win. He worked for the takedown. Did everything right, but I don't really feel like there's much to say about that since it ended in round one. Barberina's no slouch, but I mean, Gunnar Nelson just decided to go for it.
yeah. I feel like Gunnar Nelson is just in some way he's kind of crafty, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
like and his IQs are up there. You could
Oh
see
yeah.
when he fight. And I'm like, yo, this man is no slouch. And I remember you saying it like, yo, like Gunnar Nelson's pretty good, yo. And I'm like, okay, that's
Yep.
we'll see. And then Gunnar Nelson's like, yo, man, I'm right here.
It's like good looking out there, O'Neal. And I'm like, hey man, I see you. I see you, Gunnar.
Right? And like Gunnar is like walking him down. Like I think in
Yeah,
like the start of the bell.
yeah. They were kind of sizing him up, and then I guess he just a little bit more forward pressure. But
Yeah,
it was yeah, it was a solid win. I didn't expect it in the first round though, because I know
yeah, me neither.
Barberina has like that power. So I was
Yeah,
like, okay, maybe that might be able to keep him off, until like the second, third round, and Gunnar will start to put in like more of his wrestling and sub skills. But no, he was able to go in
yeah.
like
I don't think
pretty quick.
Barberena ever got a chance to unleash his power.
Yeah, no, no, not
Yeah,
really.
I'm watching it right now again.
Mm,
Yeah, and I like he's not throwing that much, and that this isn't like like a minute in, no, 2 minutes in already, almost. Not
yeah,
3 minutes. It's like 3 minutes and like 40 something seconds. So it's like he didn't really do much.
yeah, yeah. So solid win by Gunner. I really don't have much else to say on that. It was pretty again a self-explanatory win. Doesn't really need walking through. First round armbar submission. I think in the last 10 seconds or so.
Yeah. What's the ranking that they're in?
Ah,
Oh,
good question. Good question. Gunner Nelson. They are in welterweight.
so I remember seeing Gunner's name there.
Huh.
Oh, Gunner's not even on the
I don't
ranking?
see it. Yeah, I was just like, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a
both him
second.
and Barbara Moreno. Oh man, both of
Dang,
them
they
are not.
both aren't. Yeah,
Wow.
interesting. And their records are like, I like their records aren't bad. Not bad at all. Interesting. I'm here looking like, am I missing it? Am I missing that on the rankings? Oh no, not on the ranking, not on the top. What 15? But putting on the spectacle. I'd say that putting on a
Is
good damn
that
fight.
Pereira's brother? He ranked 15 in the welterweight.
No, I think that's that. Hold on, is it that Capoeira guy? Yeah, it is. I don't know if it's his brother or not.
Or maybe just the same name,
It
same
might be
last
the
name.
same last name.
Yeah.
But I remember that Michael. I remember him. He's the guy who came in and was like doing backflips on people and shit.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
And the first time I saw him, I'm
I
like, oh
guess it's
yeah,
a common
I love it.
Brazilian last name, maybe.
It might, yeah, it might be.
Yeah. Okay, because I saw that. I'm like, yo, are they brothers? I
Yeah,
don't mind seeing more MMA brothers like Nick Diaz and Nate. You
yeah,
know,
that'd
I
be
don't
cool.
mind.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, remember, just to get off topic a little bit, we do have a couple in one FC, the Ruotolo brothers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, those
yeah.
guys are badass.
And the siblings.
Yep, yep. So can't wait to see what they do. Those guys are young and they're coming up. 19 years old. Cade
Yo,
is 19. My man's got a long career ahead, hopefully.
yo, those people over there in One FC has. They're pretty young actually. Yeah,
Oh yeah, 19.
yeah. A lot of them are quite young actually.
Yeah. So
Even
that's great.
yeah, even the girl that just passed.
Yeah, the Victoria Lee, correct?
Yeah, Victoria Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rest in peace. That was
rest in
crazy.
peace to her too. Yeah,
Cause what, her brother and sister are champion, right? Or were
yeah.
champion at some point?
No, they both
They're
champions.
both champion right now,
They're
still,
both
right?
still
Yeah.
champions. Yeah, the brother is
Okay.
the double champ.
Ah, yes, yes. Christian Lee, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Christian Lee, and then I forget what was the
Angela.
Angela. Angela Lee, right,
Yeah,
right, right.
Angela Lee.
I just remember her having a war with the other girl, Neng,
Oh,
the
the
Chinese
Chinese
girl.
stamp right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh, they when they scrap, man, that's always a good
I
scrap.
think that was like the second one they fought. The recent one, the recent fight that they did.
Mm,
I think that was like the second fight.
yeah, yeah, they've run into each other before.
Yeah. And I forgot the Chinese girl's name, but like, yo, he just stomps her every time she comes. And I'm like, yo,
Zhong Jingnan.
yes,
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 yes, yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing, amazing. Love watching them fight. Legit, it's cool. But yeah,
Yeah,
back to 286. Cut off topic a little bit there.
yeah.
So the Gunnar Nelson fight, great, ended in submission round one. Then we go up to the co-main, which was a lightweight fight between Justin
Gagey
Gaethje
and
and
Vasif.
Rafael Fiziev.
Vasif.
Oh my goodness! From round
Oh,
one, this was a great fight.
yes,
This was a
yes,
casual fighter's fight. You know what I mean? Like they
yeah.
had
If
just
you never watch
action.
UFC,
Yep,
watch that.
yep,
That you,
yep.
you will like it. Well, you might not
Exactly.
like it depending on your tolerance level of when it comes
For
to violence.
for violence and blood, yeah. Because after some rounds, Fizie's face was looking kind of
Oh yeah.
beat up.
Okay, who did you want? Like, okay, when you watched that fight, who did you think won that fight at the end? Like, I know I picked Physique, but I somewhat still thought that he won the fight
So
without
I
any
was
bias
talk.
right now for me.
Yeah,
Without any
yeah.
bias.
I was. I have to watch it back. I'll say that right now. I have to watch it back again. But in the moment, I know I called Justin, but at the end of that fight, I thought Fizz won.
You thought Fizz won too, eh?
I thought Fizz won at the end of that fight. Because I feel like the judges scored the blood
The
and
damage on his
the
face,
damage
right?
far more. They made it way more than I think the actual strikes landed and whatnot. But again, like I said, I gotta rewatch and
Yeah,
see
it
the
was a
actual
close one,
numbers and
that's for
stuff.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but from when I was watching at the end, I was just like, oh, like damn, like my guy lost, like Fizz won that. And then when they're like Gaethje, I was like,
Yeah, I was surprised, but
okay,
in some way, I understand why they picked him because the damage that was done on Physique's
yeah,
face. I understand that, but I still think in terms of because when they come to the decision, it's just about points, right?
mm,
And how the fighter performed. And to me, they both performed, but I just felt like Physique was doing more, like in terms of landing more. You know, significant.
yeah. I thought he was landing more, and then I think in the first 2 rounds he had a bit more forward pressure than Justin.
Yeah, yeah,
So the Gaethje fight and the Jennifer Maia fight, I have to watch both of those back. Um, Specifically for the Gaethje and Fiziev fight, just because I know Fiziev had he had damage. I think it was to his right eye.
yeah. Somewhere around it, it was like
Yeah, right. And then there was a lot of blood.
massive
Yeah,
cut.
there was
Yeah,
blood all
gushing
over it.
out.
But when they cleaned it up, it was just like, okay, the eye doesn't look great, but like the cuts were really superficial.
Yeah,
It wasn't one of those deep ones where it's like, ooh, you hear the whole crowd go,
yeah. It was just like, oh, he got cut. He got cut up
yeah,
a bit. You
yeah.
know.
Um, but yeah, he was because let me see if I recall, Fiziev was landing some body kick. He was landing some good shots to the head, some hooks, uppercuts. Like he
Yeah,
was real versatile with his striking. Um, that being said, my guy Justin, we already know he hits like a truck, and he was landing some heavy shots where I was like, if this was not Fizz, I don't know if there's a lot of people eating these shots like this.
yeah. I think because Viz has that Muay Thai background,
Mm,
probably give him more durability in terms of taking damage.
true, true. I can see that.
Yeah. But what do you think? Like, what Physique could have done to you know to win the fight
To
in
really
terms
nail it,
of yeah, yeah.
to really nail that fight down, I think Fizz needed like 1 or 2 takedowns just in the eyes, eyes of the judges.
Mm.
I
I
think
feel like he's not doing that much leg kick, given that his
th-
background.
that too. Mixing it up a little bit more because not to say he didn't. He, like I said, he was doing like a variety of strikes with the hands to the head. There were some strikes with some kicks to the body and whatnot. But after a while, those kind of like the kicks start to stop.
Yeah, like I'm watching it right now again,
Hmm.
and even like just halfway through the first round, I haven't seen Physique throw one leg kick.
There you go. Yeah.
And to me, it's like if you're fighting a fighter like Gagey, the one like he loved to bang,
Hmm.
so you gotta chop his leg down.
Yeah. Take away the power coming from the waist,
Yeah,
from the low. Yeah.
and knowing Gagey's record and all his previous fight, it's not easy to knock this guy out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you gotta build that up and chop them legs down, chop it down. You know what I mean? Slow them up. So maybe like in like the later round or like the third round, you could like put your pressure on them and see if you could shut them down. You know?
Yeah. Especially with the background in Muay Thai where it's like leg kicks are your bread and butter.
Yep.
Low
Like
kicks
a
definitely do a
minute
lot.
and a half left. I mean, a minute and 30 seconds left. Still no leg kick from Physique.
Yeah. And
That's a
I feel
problem.
like, oh yeah, definitely. And I feel like there was only Justin's takedown near the end in that whole fight,
Yeah.
which really shouldn't count for a whole lot, but I think that was the only takedown that occurred. And there were even some times I was like, yo, Gaethje, you need to take this motherfucker down. He's lighting you up on the feet. Because Fizz
Yeah.
was landing at some points, and I was like, I was worried. I was legit worried. I'm like, these are some not just heavy shots, but the speed Fizz throws these shots with,
Yeah, man.
violent. So I was like, dang, that this is definitely someone I'm going to be paying more attention to because this guy's dirty.
He's gonna be in the division for a long time.
Oh, oh, for sure, definitely. And I think I said this to you before, but I can fully see Fizz being a champ one day.
Oh yeah, definitely,
I can
definitely.
see him being a champion one day. So I'll be watching this guy's career with great interest going forward because that was a great fight, fantastic fight.
Yeah, it was, man. And physique, he should be still young, right? 30 years
Fizz,
old, not bad.
30. Oh yeah, yeah. He got time. He got time. Just better not pull any Francis style bullshit and start to make demands that aren't going to happen or dodge this and that. Do your time, get your money. I think you can be champ.
You think Francis is dodging?
No, not dodging, but Francis is kind of like hemming and hawing. He just can't make up his mind. He can't come to a decision.
Oh,
You know what I
true,
mean?
true.
So it's like, don't do any of that. Just fight, become champ. Don't worry about all this extra shit.
Yeah,
No,
that's
eyes on the
true.
prize type shit. But end of the day, for that lightweight matchup, my man Justin got the job, got the decision, got the job done. Uh, and I believe this is going to be his final run for a strap, right?
Yeah, that's what he says.
That's what he's
So
saying, right? Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he's gonna pull one of the Benson Henderson retirement moves. He's like, if I lose my next fight, I'm done.
yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, because Benson Henderson said that in I think in the Bellator tournament, he was like, "Yo, if I lose in any of one of these fights, I'm done." And he did. He lost and he caught it.
I can respect it.
Yeah, he is getting old, so you know
Yeah, cut your losses. I mean, great
he made
fighter.
enough
Had a great
money.
career. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. UFC champ, WEC champ, and Bellator champ. I think.
I don't know about that. Was he?
Yeah, I think he was a Bellator champ.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, he was a Bellator.
Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, so nothing left to prove. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man. Yeah,
same thing.
like in some ways, like I would say Benson Henderson is one of the GOAT in
Yeah,
in uh in his weight class in the light
yeah.
heavyweight. I mean, on
Look,
lightweight,
how many like several organizations, champ? Come on, that's great.
right?
So nothing else to prove. Glad he did that. If Gaethje chooses to do the same thing, hey, he gave it a good run too.
Yeah. You know what the thing is? As much as I don't like seeing fighters from UFC leaving UFC and move to another organization when they're getting old, I would say Gagey will probably be the one that I somewhat still want to see him fight in like ONE FC. Because I think the talent pool at ONE FC is not up there with UFC yet. And I think if he retires from UFC, I think he will still have a shot
Uh,
in ONE FC. Because Gagey, what a lot of people don't know, I think his base is actually wrestling base.
yeah, his wrestling. That's why I.
You won't know that from the last couple of fights he had. It's like wrestling. What are you talking about, man? I've never seen this guy take anyone down in his last couple
Uh,
of fights.
and I swear he like if I recall he sent out a tweet after it. That was his first takedown.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, man." He even said on the when I think DC right before he asked him, "Now I took down my takedown, yo. Everybody stop complaining or stop bitching or some shit." I'm like, "Yep,
Yes, yes, exactly. So I was like, that's wild. Like, it would be nice though if he did retire and go over to one. Um, if recognizing where he is in his life, he started to implement that wrestling more. That would be kind
yeah,
of scary because if you have
yeah,
a focused Gaethje who doesn't just want to stand and bang and take the risk, but is going to be calculated and kind of sneaky with it, that could be a problem in ONE FC.
yeah." And I think in ONE FC, uh, I don't think the fighter there are that good in wrestling. In
Wrestling,
terms of
yep.
the level wise, the level
Yep.
wise.
Yep. No, no, it's true. It's not a knock on them or ONE FC. It's just wrestling really came from like a heavy American
Yeah, it's
background,
American thing. Yeah,
right? So the ground game in ONE FC is more so the BJJ, judo, those type of arts. Wrestling, of course, is going to exist there, and I would say there are notable wrestlers that come from like I guess African background and Indian background, because wrestling is big in those cultures too. But
Yeah,
when it
it's like a
comes to like,
different types of wrestling. Some
yeah,
of them. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. But when it comes to, I guess you want to call it like your all American wrestling, your Olympic type wrestling, we got to say that originate in the States,
yeah, yeah.
right? So Gaethje going over there with that kind of level of wrestling would definitely make things interesting.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And like I said, he still has a chance. I think he could dominate still. You know what I mean? Depending on the
Mm.
fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my bad. I don't think Benson was ever a Bellator champ, but still, he fought for the title several times. Seems like.
Oh,
So let me correct that. I don't want people to, So yeah,
okay,
Benson
okay.
Henderson. I don't think he was ever the champ at Bellator, but yeah, he fought a few times for the
It
belt.
was UFC and Strikeforce?
WEC.
WEC. UFC and
Yeah,
WEC, right. Okay, okay.
yeah, but you have the UFC champ. You don't really, getting the belt, like the Bellator championship belt is just icing, right, for his
Yep.
career.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but yeah, I mean, great performance by both men in that fight. I can't wait to see more from Fizz, and congratulations to Gaethje.
Who do you think
Um,
Gage should fight next? Because this
hmm,
is his last run, and he's up at third. Like, just like, you want him to fight
give
Darush?
him. No, no. I can't. I
You
want
want to run the
Darush.
pit
I want Darush to fight Oliveira.
Oliveira?
I kind of want. I
Okay,
want to see that.
okay.
I want to see that ground game chess match.
Yeah. Well,
Um.
we know what kind of happened with the wrestling when it comes to Oliveira.
Well, that was Islam wrestling. Well, like I'm not saying Darush isn't balling at that, but it's the two different styles. You know what I mean? So
That's true.
I
And
can. I
Darush got hands.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to see just that matchup. But for Gaethje, give him Justin again. Or sorry, give him Dustin. Excuse me,
Oh
Dustin.
yeah, I was
Justin.
gonna say that. Yeah, run that back, right?
Yeah. Give him Poirier again. I would love to see those two fucking scrap again. That'd be tough. Justin's gonna have to make some adjustments because Poirier's like Poirier's crisp. Poirier's crisp and has like good ground game. So it's like okay. Let's let's see what we can do with this. Run that back. Run that back. Yeah, that'd be my pick.
Yeah, that's the only one that makes sense right now for Gagey. There's no point for him fighting anyone below him, right?
Right now, yeah,
It just don't make sense. And
yeah.
yeah, when did him and Dustin fought? Oh, that was a while back.
A little while ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 2018.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm interested in that again. Definitely.
Yeah, I will definitely want to watch that because they both grown so much.
Yep. Exactly.
And he lost
Exactly.
that, so I'm sure he wants to run that back. Like,
I,
if this is his
yeah.
last run, you got to run that back.
Yeah. If it's your
You
last run,
want to
you
run
do
that
kind of.
red last.
Yeah. You want to take those losses back.
You can't get the Alvarez back because Alvarez is not there no more.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I heard he's going to Bare Knuckle.
Best of luck to him.
Yeah,
Best of luck to him in that.
but yeah, Gagey should run that back with Dustin.
Yep. Yep. That'll be a
Yeah.
fight to make. Um.
So
So
what? Do
Gaethje
you
for
think he
Dustin.
gets the title shot if he beat Dustin, or should he go for Oliveira, see if he could run that loss two back and then go for the title?
Uh, if this is Gaethje's last run, I would try to skip Oliveira and go straight for Islam.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even trying to say he could lose it. It's just
There's a
why take
chance,
the extra
yo.
risk,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
like why take the extra risk if this is your final run of this and you're already up top, like up in the top three? Nah, don't take get that one back from Poirier if you can. Islam, what up?
True, true.
Yep. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just throwing it out there just to, be a devil advocate.
All right, let me pose one question to you then. What do you think is next for Fizz?
For Fizz, eh? Let me see
Yeah.
the ranking because he's not far down. He's at 9 right now.
No,
No, no, no, he's
he's at
at
number
6.
6. Yeah.
I would like to see him fight. Well, I think that fight's already kind of. I think he's already had a fight right now It's Michael Chandler
Mm.
because they both bang, and I would like to see that because if if Fizz and Justin Gaethje put up this amazing fight, come on, Michael Chandler and Fizz.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's the one I was gonna suggest as well. Yes. Yes.
But he's like Chandler's already booked.
I know he's got McGregor, right?
Yeah, because they're
Yeah.
coaching the Ultimate Fighter, so that's done.
Yeah. So. That's kind of rough.
It's
Maybe
either
Fizz might.
Darush.
Yeah, and
The
then
one that makes sense for him at least is Darush.
yeah. Uh, I recall. Wait, was it? No, I think that might have been in a different weight class. Yeah, I mean, Darush is a good matchup. It's just I feel like Darush needs to fight Islam at some point. What do you think Darush could go for Islam after a Fizz fight if he wins?
I think Darush deserves the fight right now.
Same, I do too. That's why I'm like Fizz right now, but then I don't think that's going to be the fight.
Like I don't even know who's fighting Islam next right now. Like honestly, I don't even know who's fighting Islam
Yeah,
next. Like who's like next in line.
it's like bro, like that lightweight division is so just wrapped up in each other almost. It's hard to kind of look outside that top six, I would say. Like, look at that. Like, Darush, I
Yeah,
feel like deserves a fight now, but
yeah.
I feel like what's gonna happen is they're gonna have is it is it like I think they're gonna have is it Pori? Wait, who's fighting Islam next?
I
Islam
haven't heard
just
anything yet. I have not heard anything who's fighting Islam next since the Volk fight.
oh dang. Hmm. Dang. Yeah, that's it's tough because okay, so we have Chandler caught up with McGregor right now. We have Justin if he wants to go on his little run, he's gotta I would say fight Poirier. Um or Oliveira, maybe? But Poirier kinda makes more sense. Then Oliveira, like I don't know, I don't think he should be fighting Islam next.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So okay, so it'll be
Because
Chandler,
Oliveira just
McGregor.
lost to Islam,
Yeah,
didn't
exactly. So Chandler and McGregor, Darush, Islam, that'd be nice. Justin Poirier, or yeah, Justin versus Poirier, or Gaethje versus Poirier, and I guess Oliveira. What? Just gotta chill for a bit. Oliveira versus Fizz.
he? I would say because that's the thing. If Oliveira's looking at the ranking, you think he's gonna try to take on Razit?
Yeah, he doesn't. He wouldn't want to.
I
He just wants like
yeah
the top two,
yeah
maybe, like
yeah
the champ
exactly.
or
Just
Poirier.
to get him back on the picture, right?
Yeah,
Because imagine losing him being at number one contender right now, losing into physique. That will drop his ranking.
yeah, yeah. It's just everyone is almost taken at this moment.
I would say
Oh wait,
for
wait, wait. I think we're talking a little bit of shit because it looks like it's already booked. Oliveira and Darush.
oh
Can't
yeah, I
believe we
forgot
forgot
about that.
about that.
Yeah, see,
So we're just
that's it.
speculating, but it's yeah. So Darush, Darush got to
For
go through
Darush,
someone
I
again.
would say if because right now he still needs to heal, right?
Mm,
So for physique, it depends on when is the Michael Chandler and Connor fight happening. I doubt Connor's gonna want to take that fight if if he
yeah,
lose. Let's just say if Connor lose, right? You think Connor's gonna take the fight with physique? I doubt it.
I don't think he'd want to.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna sell for him anyways for Connor
Hmm.
in terms of selling the fight. So let's just say Connor wins. and Chandler wins, right? No,
Wait,
sorry.
what?
Connor wins, but
Yeah.
Chandler loses.
Okay.
That would be an interesting fight because
That's a
now there's
fight
two
then. Yeah.
losers fighting.
Yeah.
Physique lost, Chandler lost, and boom. Let's see who goes,
And they're both
right?
bangers. Yeah.
And I'm sure if Chandler loses his next fight with Connor, his ranking is probably gonna drop below Physique at least one
Yeah. Yeah.
at least one spot. So I'm sure he wants to get that back. And same dilemma that Physique is in right now. If Chandler loses, I don't think anyone from the top five is gonna want to fight Chandler and give him the opportunity to come back, right?
Truth. Yeah.
So I think Physique is the perfect match. He just has to wait if for who's gonna lose between the Chandler and the Collin fight.
And then take that. Yeah. All right. All right. Kind of got that sorted there a bit. Okay. So that's lightweight and all that lightweight drama going on there. Oh man, it's a bunch of killers in that top six, yo. Oh,
Yeah, man.
crazy.
Yeah.
Which I guess brings us to welterweight, the main event that we saw of UFC 286.
Yes.
Usman and Edwards, or excuse me, Edwards versus Usman. Oh man, not what I expected. Not what I expected.
Same.
Not to down Leon Edwards at all, because I mean he pulled off the win the first time, and the performance this time was pretty damn good. Um, there was just some questionable things on both sides I saw. Obviously, first and foremost, Leon just fence grabbing, not just once, it was like twice. Groin shots, glove
Okay.
grabbing.
What do you think about the fence grabbing part? Because the fence grabbing part was when he was about to get taken down by
Yep.
Uzma. And to
Yes.
me, well, you know what? I asked you the question, so go ahead, answer that question first.
So I feel like that was massively detrimental to Usman's game because that was a position where he would have if I recall, he would have been down on his back, like
Yeah.
completely, if he didn't grab onto the fence. So yeah, they took away a point, and I get it, like fair call, but I feel like
Should have got put back on the
in the
mat.
position, yeah,
Yeah.
because you kind of work to get that, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I took a point away, but now I've reset you guys, so it's almost like that's in a way, at least in terms of just the fight, forget the points. That's an Edwards victory because
Yeah.
I got out of the position.
Because let's just say if Edward was doing well in in that round too, after that incident happened, it would
Yep.
just be like what, a 9-9. So
Yeah.
how did that benefit Uzma? You know what I'm trying to say? In
Yeah.
some way, like you said, it somewhat benefited Edward more
Edwards
than
more. Yeah.
Uzma.
He
And to
was
me,
willing to take that point
exactly, it seems like it.
to not go down, and then after that, to Edwards' credit, he kind of had Kamaru Usman's number in terms of the style of takedown he wanted to go and get. Because every
Yeah,
time Usman went for that single leg, even the commentators were saying it, he'd isolate the one hand.
yeah.
And then it's like he couldn't complete the takedown, which was great,
You
fantastic,
couldn't lock
smart.
up the hand. Yeah,
Yeah, smart, adaptable thing, but it kind of marred and made a little bit ugly because of kind of the cheating behavior.
yeah.
Like
Because
I didn't really like that.
now what's gonna happen? You're gonna have what fighters gonna come out and pull the fence, and then just so they don't have to be in a bad position.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, and like I don't envy those refs'
It's like the
position,
fight
but
that
yeah,
happened with the other event that we saw. Was it with the girl? Right? There was a incident I think was in the Jones event that I forgot who was fighting. It was two girls that were fighting, and then something happened, but they didn't position them back to the plate. Oh no, they stood her up. It was the
oh Shevchenko,
Valentina. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like I'm starting to wonder, like, what are these refs doing? Because to me, for
right,
Uzman, they should have put Uzman either back at the position where the fences are, like how
yep,
Pride and Glory or Ryzen how they do it.
yep,
You know how they stop the
yeah,
action and then they put people back in ONE FC. That's how they do it, right?
Yep.
They should have did it with that fight too, man. Like they need to, because like to me, like you said, the moment they reset it, the fighters, who did it benefit?
Yep. It's going to benefit the striker.
Exactly. And throughout the fight, we know that's kind of Usman's game. So, like you said, he worked so hard to get to that position, and for Herb Dean to just stand him back up and be like, "We took 1 point." Yeah, you
Yep.
should have just took that 1 point and kept them back on the ground and be like, "Well, this is the position that you're in."
Yeah, like that's the thing. I saw people arguing against that, saying, "Well, you can't have both. You can't have the point taken away and put back in the position." I'm just like, "But why? Why not?" Like that was
This is
Edwards
giving
putting
people
himself
opportunity to cheat now.
exactly like Edwards put himself in that position by grabbing the fence. So
He was
you
grabbing the
should
gloves too, right before
exactly,
that.
exactly. So you're doing all these infractions in the fight, and you get 1 point taken away, and you get put back into a favorable position for you, and you're the
Right?
offender. Like, okay, I understand that made. I believe that round was it would have been a 9-10, but it made it an 8-10 in some people's cards for Leon Edwards. I looked at the scorecards after. It showed like the -1 for that one round. I think it was round 2 or something like that. Um, but in in terms of Usman's game, it really negatively affected that.
Yep. Yep. And not
So,
only that, it's like you could kind of see Usman didn't recover mentally from
mm,
that kick, from that previous fight. You could tell.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, he was far more hesitant to go in. 100%.
Yeah. And he wasn't throwing like the way how he was throwing hands in the first, when he lost that title to him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
the jab wasn't there.
Yeah.
And he's known for that stiff, good ass jab, and he just was not throwing it a lot. And of course, you get knocked out like that, you're gonna be a little bit hesitant. But it didn't help that he also lost a position he worked to get into due to glove or due to fucking fence grabbing. So
Yeah.
not cool on Edwards' part. But going past that to the things Edwards did do right, yo, takedown defense. What?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Aside from that fence grabbing bullshit, when he actually did things proper, yo, beautiful. Turn the hips, isolate the hand, or backed himself up to against the cage and fucking. There was a term, I think wedge. Like they just wedged, pretty much just wedged his leg there, and he was like, "No, I ain't
Yep.
going nowhere."
Yep, it's just the position where he's in, and Uzman just trying to take him and push him down and shit. It just,
Yep,
create the effect of him just, being able to stand still.
yep. His striking was looking crisp. It was good.
Yeah, he's a lot more
Um,
comfortable, that's for sure.
yeah, yeah.
I
That kick came out a couple times.
yeah, I feel like that kick in the first fight gave him the confidence and
Yes,
that he has in this fight.
yes, definitely, definitely. No, that's great. That's good. That's what you need as a fighter. You need to take certain things from your victories to, I guess, embolden you for like your next fight, especially against someone you were struggling with in the first fight. So it was a solid performance by Edwards. A couple things I didn't like that I can't really call it the most clean defense, but you know he did what he did what he could do. He pulled it off. Usman was maybe a little bit too hesitant, still thinking about that kick. And as I guess we kind of learned fairly recently, according to Francis Ngannou, he didn't really train for this fight due to injuries.
Yep. Oh man.
Let's touch on that a little bit. Let's touch on that a little bit because I know we were talking about it a bit before, um, but I think we came to the consensus of if you're fighting for your belt back, you shouldn't be going in there anything less than 100 or at
Yeah.
least fucking 95.
90,
Fuck it.
yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
90,
Like
95, yeah.
because you lose this, your chance of getting this back is very low.
It's more difficult, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Because
gonna
now
have to
he's like
prove
one or
himself
two
again.
fights away from getting
Hmm.
another title shot. Depends on his performance.
Exactly. If he loses any one of those, You slip further and further away from the top.
Yeah, and look at the division. I understand, in his division, he probably already fought majority of the people that's below him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? We know like right now I'm looking at the UFC ranking. We know Hamzat's not there. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
we know Hamzat's going up to middleweight already. So let's not talk about Hamzat. But
Hmm.
Bella Muhammad, he never fought him, so he could fight him to be like, yo, if he beat Bella Muhammad, yo, give him a title fight again, right?
Fuck it, why not?
Because look at Bella's records too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, my man's
It's pretty impressive.
been on a tear as well. Yep.
Oh, who else is gonna fight? Gilbert Burns? I don't mind watching that again.
Oh yeah, yeah. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
I don't think he should fight Shevkov.
No, probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, no, not right now. Yeah, Bilal would be a good run. Would be a good run.
Right? Just to test to see if he still has it, and if he does, boom, there you go. And if Edwin wins his next fight, boom,
Yep, yep.
make that the third. What that'll be like what the fourth time they fight if that happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And if he loses to Bilal, then that kind of sets up the no contest run back between
yeah,
Edwards and Bilal.
yeah.
So like there's some good fights on the horizon, regardless of how things work out.
I feel like
But
Bella should get the title shot right now.
yeah, I know. We 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 talked about this. We do not believe Colby Covington should be able to waltz in after a year and a half of inactivity and get a shot. No. And we're already saying we already know Kamzat is gone out this weight
Division, yeah,
class.
yeah,
So it's like, yeah, Bilal should be getting the title shot. Um, Colby, I don't know, man. Fight fucking Shavkat or something,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Or or fight Usman again, but I doubt he wants that. But you know what?
He might,
He
yeah,
might, because now there's a blueprint.
yeah, yeah. Now he'd be like, oh, now I can beat Marty, so he he can try to, you know, do that again. I wouldn't even mind it either because, like, fuck it. Like, I know people don't like Colby, but hey, you can't deny the man's skills. You cannot.
Yeah, yeah.
Colby got a gas tank like a motherfucker. He just keeps going and going and
Yo,
going.
even when he's getting his ass beat by
Yes,
Usman, he was
that's
still
impressive.
walking forward.
Yep,
Like, he was still taking shot, even though his face all bloody.
yep. And he
Like,
can give
yeah,
some shots too, right? So solid competitor. Um, and yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight again. So Colby either taking Usman or Colby taking Shafkat. Why not?
yeah,
You
because
coming back?
there's like a big, I guess, discrepancy right now in terms of who's gonna get the title shot.
Yeah.
Dana White won. Cody, well, Dana White didn't say he won. He already said Cody's getting the shot. But Leon Edward is like, no, he's not. Leon Edward literally said it. It's like, yo, if his name is on my next contract, I'm not signing.
Mm.
He
So,
said that.
so yeah. See, so it's up in the air right now. So
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see where this all settles when like the dust settles to see how
Well,
this turns
but that's
out.
the thing, though. The person that Leon brought up that he wants to fight besides Kobe was Masvidal. And that makes even more no sense to me because, like, if you look at the record right now, I'm like, yo, Masvidal don't deserve a title shot.
Oh, he's just saying that because he just wants to fight him because of the smoke they had
Yeah,
back
yeah,
then.
because they had, yeah, yeah,
Like that, yeah, that makes no sense. Like I get it, Leon, you want to whoop that ass. I get it, I understand, but that fight doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't.
yeah. So now it's like, okay, let's just take out Covington and take out Masvidal. Those two are not even in the topic because Leon's not gonna fight Masvidal, and he doesn't want to fight Kobe. So besides those two, and take out Hamza, who do you want to see?
Burns and Shavkat.
Burns and Shavkat, eh? to fight for the title?
No, either of them to fight him. Yeah,
Fight for the title, Leon?
they so they so right now every like okay, we're taking out Colby. Bilal is wait, who's
Muhammad doesn't
Bilal?
have a fight right now.
Bilal doesn't. Oh yeah. Oh he. Well,
At least not
that
that I
would be
know of.
okay. So that would be the fight to make then, right off the bat. Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards, but we haven't even heard his name get uttered in the same sentence.
No, yeah, yeah,
So that aside, Burns or Shavkat, but it's very hard to argue against Bilal Muhammad getting that fight. It is very hard. So I will go with Bilal,
yeah,
but we'll see how that turns out because again, like I said, there's history back there. It'd be a good. I think it'd be an interesting fight. It's another style of wrestler for Leon to go up against.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, like have that be the fight, and I want to see Shavkat fight again though. That guy's a beast. So
yeah. I do
maybe
want to see him
Shavkat
fight.
versus Burns.
No, Burns already fighting.
Wait, who's he fighting again?
Burns actually fighting soon, isn't he? I thought he
Hold
was on the
on.
same card as Israel.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Gilbert, right?
Yeah, he's
Gilbert.
fighting Masvidal.
Burns is fighting Masvidal.
Yeah, he's fighting Masvidal.
Dang. Wow. He better win that.
Yeah, man. Because
Dang.
that's a big drop in the
Holy
ranking.
crow. It is. I didn't even realize. Shoot. Okay. So Burns is out. Uh, Shavkat's out. Colby's out. So it's Bilal for Edwards, and then I don't know. Everyone else is kind of wrapped up in their own shit there.
Yeah.
Fighting
So
anyone under the top 10, I don't know. That's a risk. It's risky.
yeah, like this sets up like a perfect match for Kobe and Usman. But hey, I don't know why Dana
Yeah.
White gives Cody this fight. I don't know if it's because like he cut weight and all that stuff, or he just favors him. I don't know.
No idea, bro.
Maybe he's like a Dana White and Donald Trump's favorite MMA fighter. I don't know, man. Because not even Connor get this type of treatment.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the man has been talking mad shit and has been involved in a couple controversy recently, so maybe because his name is out there for positive, for better or worse, they're just like, hey, it's gonna bring in eyes. Fuck it.
Yeah, I give him respect for being the backup in cutting weight. I
Of
respect
course.
him for that. You know what I mean? But still, that doesn't warrant him like a title
Immediate
shot.
fight? Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it really doesn't. But again, I guess that goes towards showing you your mouth can get you some good opportunities, depending on how you
yeah.
use it.
In the UFC, yeah, seems like
Yeah,
it. You know, kind of been like that since Connor, but
yeah.
like there's good and bad of like what Connor did.
Of course.
There's good and bad. Like he brought more attention to the sport. He brought more fans to the sport. Definitely brought more money to the sport. But look at now. Look at UFC now. You know, people just be talking. You know, talking.
Yeah, and we sometimes don't get the fights that we really should be getting in favor of the fights that are going to pull in the more casual crowd.
Yeah. Like and to
It
me,
is
I
what it
feel like
is.
if Dana does this, it kind of hurts the integrity of these divisions. You know, and the companies like, okay, then how's the ranking work if people could just stay in number two, being inactive for a year and a half? Meanwhile, every single one of these fighters have wins
Yeah,
since Cody's last um was it a win? Yeah, it was like his last win against Masvidal, right? Yeah. So
yep,
I don't know. Strange, but that's how Uncle Dana does stuff. So what can we say, right?
yep. But yeah, for the welterweight, it was a decent victory for Leon Edwards. I feel like he kind of has, I guess, Kamaru's takedowns sort of figured out now. I mean, he was able to defend against a surprising amount of them In this last fight. I think Kamaru only got him down, I think, once or twice?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
several times, but
But he kind
he
of popped
managed to
back
get
up,
back
right?
up. Yeah, he managed to
Yeah.
get up.
So it wasn't really substantial. The one that could have been substantial, motherfucker grabbed the fucking fence. So it's like we never see what's gonna happen with that. That gave us kind of echoes of the whole Shevchenko stand up. Not a fan. Um, but yeah,
That needs to be addressed, though. Like issue like that should be addressed. Like, yo, how you? I don't know. Maybe just us as a fan just thinking too much about these stuff, but I don't know.
yeah, no. I do think they're gonna have to re-examine that and maybe have a discussion with the refs in terms of what is to be done when there's a blatant fence grab like that and the person initiating the takedown is a grappler heavy style person,
Yeah,
because essentially that's their game that has now been screwed over. So is it gonna be regular practice to take a point and put them back in the position? Are we just gonna just do the take a point away and then stand them up? Like there's gonna have to be definitely a discussion about that, because for those two examples that we watched, like those could have potentially been game breaking.
yeah, yeah,
Shevchenko was in guard, had her on down, she was on top, and Usman had, I think it was a double leg on him
yeah. Right on the fence. Yeah,
around the fence and was about to drag him down. And that's where he works. That's where we see him work. So yeah, they're gonna have to definitely address that, see how that could have been done better, and see if there's any standardized way they want to judge those things, because that could change the whole course of the fight. Now it's just you never know now.
yeah. Which is we haven't seen such a high profile fight where someone just deliberately grabbed the fence like that.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So definitely something they have to discuss. But end of the day, Leon Edwards pulled out the win.
Yeah,
5 rounds. After 5 rounds, went to decision. Got the nod. Kamaru Usman has some work to do. Got to go to the drawing board and see what he can do. I'm not sure if he will be back. I'm not sure if his injuries are now taking a permanent, noticeable toll on him. I'm not saying like that wasn't an okay performance, but we got to see. I can't wait to see his next outing, to see how he processed this second loss and to see if he makes any adjustments in his own game plan.
you know
But
what I
yeah,
noticed though
mm,
is that like just because it's in the welterweight, when GSP was the champion at his tail of his career, he did, I guess, have a lot of injury during fight.
mm,
So I feel like Usman's probably going through the same thing. Is that he's been defending the title for so long, and because he fight like 2 3 times a year, right?
yeah, this man was
So
fighting.
yeah, so all those injury probably just you know build up, over time,
Yeah, yeah.
and now he's just feeling it right now.
I mean, come on, that record is 20-3. Over time, you're definitely going to take some damage. Um, but yeah, I can't wait to see how he adjusts with that, or if he'll make his final run for it again and then retire, because he's 35.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not young
So
now.
he's getting there, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, be interested to see how Kamaru comes back from this. Uh, Leon Edwards took the win. I guess congratulations. I'm not a fan of when someone wins after pulling moves like that. You know what I mean?
pulling the fence, right?
Yeah, like in a high profile fight, it's like, oh man, that's kind of grimy. But hey,
Yeah,
he pulled out
yeah.
the win. He was able to stop himself from going down to a place he did not want to be. Good for you. Uh, but yeah, that was pretty much UFC 286. There's some preliminary stuff. Wasn't really able to get a chance to check that stuff out. Um, but it looks like it was kind of interesting. There's some submissions, some KOs, uh, or sorry, I should say submissions and a KO. Um, but yeah, it looks like it was entertaining. Um, can't wait to see 287, but we won't talk about that this time. What we will discuss is just something that kind of happened pretty recently. Actually, it happened today. Uh, we had because I believe it was Paulo Costa was a bit of a query in the UFC. They didn't know what was going to happen with him, whether he was staying, whether he was leaving. I know before he had voiced some concerns with the promotion before, but we learned that he re-signed.
Nice.
He is re-signed to UFC. I believe it's a 4-fight deal, so that's good. That's good. Always like to see the eraser in the octagon. So yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's good for him. I think he's still trying to make a run at the middleweight,
Hmm.
and given that Israel's not up there no more, so he's probably gonna try to give it another run.
Yeah,
Just like Usman if he decides to come back or whenever that is.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So with Paulo Costa in mid back in well confirmed back for middleweight for a couple fights, um, that is interesting because then there's another piece of news. This didn't come out today, but I think I just learned about this today, and you were telling me about Mr. Kamzat.
oh yeah, he's Dana White just confirmed that he's moving up to middleweight. No
That
fight
is
yet,
crazy.
no
Yeah,
fight yet, but yeah, that's where he's going.
that
So
is fantastic.
middleweight just added another killer.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
And let's just say if somehow Israel got his title back, ugh, just imagine looking at Hamza coming up.
Oh my goodness. That.
Hamza's gonna drag him to the deep end, like
Yep.
no question asked. Like once the bell rang, we already know what Hamza's gonna try to do.
Yes. Yep.
Takedown.
Oh man. Okay, so Hamzat moving to middleweight, Paulo Costa back in middleweight. Who do you think Hamzat gets in middleweight first fight?
Um, honestly, for Hamza, I'll either go
Mm.
straight for Whitaker
Okay. Okay.
or Marvin. Marvin.
Whitaker or Marvin? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I like those. I like the Whitaker. I like the. Yeah, I like the Whit. I like both those fights. Actually, I would actually throw a third person there, potentially a fourth. So I like Whitaker. I like the Vittori, and I also like the Costa fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Costa and Shemaev. Oh man.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I think if Hamza takes Costa down, it's over for Costa.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is. It's just
Because
Kamzat can be hurt.
even I think Israel gave Pablo, I guess, trouble on the ground. I remember when
The
they fought.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. I remember that. He gave him the little hump at the end, the little back shot. I remember that. Um,
So just imagine Hamza. Oh my god.
but Hamza is not as uh he can't evade like Adesanya.
No, he can't. That's for sure. Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like, does Costa crack him a couple times and he just says, oh, "What the fuck?"
I think Hamza was willing to take a shot to take
To
him
take
down.
him down? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I don't know. I got a good feeling about Costa in that fight. I
Yeah.
really do. I don't know. I don't know what's giving me this kind of confidence, but
So
I feel
how
like
do you think
Costa
he's
has
gonna
a
win?
decent chance.
How do you think he's gonna win if he fought
If he fought Kamza,
Hamza? Yeah.
just like how I'm picturing it. This is just hey, it could happen. Whatever. is that Hamzat comes forward, Costa comes forward, and they just start to exchange, and Hamzat goes for a takedown, and Costa still cracks him. And he takes him down, but Costa's able to fucking get up because Hamzat is still fucking rocked.
Yeah, that's true. He is pretty strong. He's
Like,
pretty
yeah,
strong.
like I feel like he has that bully power at least for 2 rounds, maybe one and a half. That being said, I can also see because I can see both ways. Like I see Paulo Costa because again he's got that power, cracking Shemaev a couple times. Because I feel like Burns was able to hurt Shemaev, and Shemaev is going up to a higher weight class.
Yeah. Well,
So
Pablo would definitely hurt him.
yeah,
Because
so I feel
yeah,
like that the damage output could be there for Paulo Costa. That being said, for Shemaev now, I could also see him dragging Costa down, putting his fucking neck up against the cage, and just making it uncomfortable as fuck before he just start ground and pound.
yeah.
So I honestly I could see it. I could see it potential going both ways. I want to see one more fight of both of these guys. I want to see, um, That's the thing. I would like to see one fight before just to kind of gauge how Shamaev looks in middleweight. Um,
Weight cut shouldn't be a problem.
yeah, right. Yeah. Shouldn't be an issue for him. Shouldn't be an issue for him. Um, but yeah, I guess to really make that call, I'd have to see him in middleweight walking out and yeah, have that first round. It's always hard to call when a guy goes to a different weight class, except if you're John Jones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, given
I'd
that
be
he missed
interested.
weight in welterweight, so I feel like weight cutting for him is probably not that difficult in the middleweight. Just
Yeah,
me
yeah.
thinking, but
Yep. I would love to see him. I would love to see it. So it looks like we are going to see it. So it's just a matter of time. Uh, I I just look forward to it. We got great fights coming up for like the next little while. Like we've been saying, UFC been spoiling everybody. It's fantastic. I'm just thankful we're in a time right now. We got a lot of good fights coming up. Divisions seem to be stacked. And so
yeah,
far, most performances have just been great. Like these past fight nights and pay-per-views have just been like a pleasure to watch. So I hope they just keep delivering while the fighters continue to remain healthy. And yeah, I mean, I can't wait for the next one, bro.
yeah. Holly Holm's actually fighting this weekend too. Speaking of Holly Holm, because we did bring her up.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, she's fighting in Fight Night this week.
Co-main, definitely will be checking that out.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Corey Sandhagen and Marlon Rare.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a banger too. I know I missed Sandhagen fight. I think his fight last time got canceled.
yeah. Was it? Yeah,
Right?
it's the same fight. It was the
Yeah.
same fight.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
both
it's
of them
like
was the same fight. It was the exact same fight,
beautiful. So I'm glad
and
we
they
didn't
just
get to
brought it
lose
back.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah. 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 They were. Yeah. They were gonna be on the fight night for Andrade and Blanchfield. Right. Right. Right.
yeah,
So great. I'm glad we get to see them actually run it. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to that fight too.
yeah, man. And the Marlon, I like to see his fight too. They're both the same age.
Sorry, who?
Marlon, yeah,
Oh, Mark. Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah, they're both the same age. He did have quite a few impressive knockouts. I think one with Dominic Cruz. I think it was like a kick to the face when Dominic
Mm.
Cruz was doing his normal type of, I guess, his movement. When he just kind of moved to the right and kind of like
Yeah,
put his
yeah. It's
head
kind of
down and
awkward
he just,
movement. Yeah.
yeah, caught him right in the chin.
So eat it. Yep. I mean, that can always happen when you're kind of that unorthodox style. But hey, that is definitely a fight I'm looking forward to watching.
Yeah, and that's this weekend, right? Or was it Friday? Let me see. Because I know
I think it's
sometimes
this
fight
weekend.
nights could be on Friday.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, 7 p.m.
Yep.
Oh, what's on the prelim?
So can't wait to watch that.
Oh, okay. I don't know any of these guys, but should be nice.
Yeah, these ones should be good. Again, looks like solid records all around, so always a good indicator of a good time. And that this whole card, the prelim card, starts at 4. Oh, don't miss it again, kids. We got another early one. 4 p.m. for the prelim card and 7 p.m. for the main card. That's EST.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's
don't
kind of
miss
the
it.
fight night schedule. I think right. Partners is
Well,
actually ranked 3.
they kind of changed because the next fight night is 8:30, and then it's seven
Oh
o'clock
shit.
again. So
Okay,
it,
I guess
yeah,
it
they kind of
switches.
switched up. So
So
yeah,
Marlon is actually ranked 3rd in the bantamweight. Oh,
okay.
interesting. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, so good fights ahead. Good fights ahead. I feel like that is it. Unless you got anything else to add, Chucky,
No. That's it. We pretty much touched
we covered it
everything.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So good fights upcoming. Good fights have passed. Again, of course, a congratulations to all the winners of 286. And hey, that is another episode of Run That Back MMA. This is your host Oni,
Your host Chucky.
and
See
we're
you
out
next
this
time, guys.
bitch.
Yes. Peace.
Peace.